Hello, and welcome to the Loveology podcast, where we talk about love and life with laughter. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jason.
He's the carefree one.
She's the serious one.
And we're married.
We have been since 2012, and we like to think of ourselves as a couple of loveologists.
Not because we are the experts, but because we just love love.
We enjoy studying and talking about it, so we thought, let's just start a podcast.
A place where we can share what we have learned about love, relationships, and marriage.
You can share what you've learned, and we can all grow together.
So here we are. Are you ready?
Let's get started. What's up, y'all? Hey, how you doing? What's up, love? How you doing, my baby girl? Hey.
I don't know. Are you trying to sing or what are you trying to do exactly?
Rap all at the same time. That's what I'm doing. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? I'm glad you are here with us yet again. Thank you so much. What's up, love?
What's up?
How you feeling today?
I feel great.
You ready to roll?
I am.
All right. Well, we got another week of the ladies telling us, giving us a piece of your mind.
I don't think you should see it that way. You know, we're just communicating.
Okay.
Communication is the key, right?
That is the key.
Yes. How's all my loveologists doing out there? We got some big news.
Big news.
This month makes our 6th month of
podcasting.
Yeah.
What? 6 months, baby.
Yeah.
It's 6 months really isn't that long in podcast world, but it's pretty good. That's a good threshold to meet.
Yeah.
A milestone. 6 months. We've been doing this every week for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I hope y'all enjoy.
I'm excited about that because
I am too.
I have 2 little children. And Jason does too, of course.
Right.
But
Yeah, we both have 2 little children.
But, you know, women, we already know what's going on, okay?
Yeah.
I don't even have to say it.
Yeah, y'all. Yep. Much love to the ladies.
I'm very excited that we have successfully been pushing out episodes every single week for 6 months. You know, everybody, let us know what your favorite episode has been, and what you want to hear from us on our social media platforms. That'd be great.
You know how to get to us. Loveology Podcast, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
You can even Gmail it as well.
Yep. Loveologypodcast@gmail.com.
For sure.
Okay, so very exciting. We're going to continue on with this conversation. What women want men to know, part 2.
Part 2.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. Are you ready?
Come on with it.
Okay, so last week we ended on what did we end on? I can't remember. I just know that I was saying that we were going to begin this week with sex.
Sex, S-E-X.
Yes, talking about what women want men to know.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Remember that song? Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that.
Who sang that song?
I don't remember.
Oh, dang.
Was it Arrested Development?
I don't know, but you should let them sing it.
Boo. Boo.
That's why I said, "Oh man, I thought you wasn't gonna say their name," and my little lame joke was gonna not land where it was supposed to.
It landed all right.
So yes, let's talk about that. So there's a lot of things to know, but I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of details. We're going to kind of talk about something that we talked about.
Now we said this whole thing about sex this is what the women want us men to know about sex.
Mm-hmm.
All right, come on, let's go for it.
Yeah, so we're going to go to this to the same issue that you were talking about on your episodes, Jason, of what men wanted women to know. Mm-hmm. And that we kind of dove into it a little bit, but not much. But just this whole, sex drive thing and like women rejecting men, and of course there's women that have higher sex drives than men,
Right.
and then vice versa. So, but we're gonna talk about, there's a running joke of like, when it's time to have sex, women are always saying they have a headache or something like that, and you kind of said that was like an excuse. And my question is, this is really a really big question in life in general.
Right.
What is the difference between a reason and an excuse?
A reason and excuse.
Like, what?
You Google
How do you? I'm just saying.
A reason versus
Because
excuse.
what one person may call an excuse is a legitimate reason in someone else's mind. So I just really want to know. This is one of those life questions.
I think an excuse is either sometimes it's made up, or if it is something legitimate, they could possibly work around it, but they choose not to because they just really don't want to deal with you in the first place.
But is there ever a legitimate reason not to do something? But what I'm saying is that in your mind, my legitimate reason may seem like an excuse to you.
Maybe.
Okay, so so with this whole headache thing, which is what me and Jason learned as far as how different stressors affect women, it seems like differently than men as far as it pertains to sex. Because from my experience of being a woman my whole life, and then talking and being around a lot of other women I've talked to about this, if we have a lot on our mind, and I initially read a book that was kind of opened my eyes to this a little bit. But if we have a lot on our mind, and if we're stressed out, and if we're exhausted,
right.
No, we just not in the mood for it. And for some reason, men can compartmentalize things a little bit better, maybe, because y'all just like, oh, I don't need, like, it doesn't matter. I can be super stressed, and actually having sex is going to help me with my stress. And maybe it's the same thing for women, but at the time we're not thinking about that,
right.
And so some people would argue that it's like you being tired is just not a good reason. But I think a lot of women feel me when you say that if you got a lot on your plate and you're thinking about a lot, and you are literally just, I was up all night with the baby, been up all day with another child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm just not thinking about it. And so I think two things is, one is that, the partner needs to like do things to help alleviate some stress and some pressure. 'Cause like I said, some of these things he probably need to be doing anyways.
Yeah.
And then also the second thing is that, like, it may just take a little bit more to get her in the mood.
Right.
Maybe you can't snap your fingers and, just whip it out and be like, you ready to
snap
go.
our fingers and we just in the mood.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. You just rub a booty and you're ready to go.
It depends on what type of booty.
Well, yeah. So anyway, it just seems like you can get in the mood a little bit faster.
Right.
And, for women, listen, you gotta put a little work in. You gotta warm her up a little bit.
Go. What's she doing all that?
Well, if you're doing it right, then, it should be okay. Like, or maybe you just need to accept that today is just not the day.
Right.
And, and try again tomorrow, and try to look for a more opportune time, and some.
What if this is like the second week in a row trying?
Well, so that's what I was gonna say. Like we said in the other episode, with the me, what men wanted women to know is, understanding that sex does not need to be neglected. You have to figure something out. We can't just continue not to have sex, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we need to figure something out. So yeah, just the women need, or men, or whoever is not participating. We need to figure out something. We need to come to a conclusion, a solution, right?
Right.
So yeah, because, men do not sometimes take it personally when they're rejected in any area, and especially the sex area.
So what about my men out here that says, you know what, honey, I understand you're tired.
Mm-hmm.
I understand you do a lot of stuff, and you know you don't want to do the
Mm-hmm.
right? What about the men or fellas that saying you just laying there anyways? What are you doing?
Sleeping? What do you mean?
No, for sex.
Oh, that's so ridiculous.
Just saying.
Well, I've heard that most men don't want to do it unless you're engaged.
Well, okay, so that may
So
be
you just stiff as a board and not, just laying there taking it. That's no fun.
well, maybe for 30% of the men out there it is. What about those men?
I don't really think that most men, I'm sure they'll be okay with it every now and again. Like, okay, she tired, but I still want to do it and she gonna let me do it.
Right.
I'm sure that'll be okay every now and again. But if that's like your experience, like almost every time y'all do it, who likes that?
Right.
I don't think anybody would like that. That's not.
So what I'm saying is, if I'm pretty sure a man would rather have it like that than nothing at all. For some people,
Really?
maybe
Y'all let us know, because I'm kind of like, really?
maybe like if you're not gonna give nothing up, so it's like you always tired. Well, we'll just lay there.
Jason, that's ridiculous.
I'm just saying.
Okay, well,
We gotta
you want me to
play devil's
You
advocate.
want me to try this? We want to do this experiment, or I just don't engage?
Hey, this ain't got nothing to do with me and you right now.
Because I'm curious. I really don't think that you would be happy
This ain't got nothing to do with me.
if that was our situation.
This don't
every
have
single-
nothing to do with me.
Okay.
This is for that small percentage, or that whatever that percentage may be out there. Is that okay? Is that a good remedy? You're like, oh, I'm tired. Then he said, okay, we'll
this
just
is
lay
a
there.
hypothetical situation, and I
Mhm.
honestly don't think that. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that happens.
Right.
But for that to be your every time interaction, I'm
Probably
pretty.
not every time.
Yeah, I mean, it still needs to be on the very low end of that happening, because I really don't think anybody wants to just be doing that with somebody that's not
Participate.
that's not participating.
Right.
Like, what is this?
Mm.
This is no fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's any fun.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Some people just want to see the sun, the moon, the mountain, and the rivers. Remember that song?
I just want to know who told you that you can sing, because I'm suffering for it. Whoever told you that you can sing, I'm
do you
mad
mean?
at them, because you just be trying to sing and you can't sing.
Man, you crazy. Go for it. What's the next point?
So I want to know what you think about scheduling sex.
You know what I think about scheduling sex? I think it's whack. Well, you know what? You can throw a layer of scheduling, and then there's gonna be some layers of, sporadic.
Yes, because
But I think it's whack. though.
I did a little research on some tips to like help in this category, and scheduling sex is actually one of those things, even though it's like not.
Oh, it's Monday night, baby. You know what time it is.
Well, I mean, so if in different points in your life, it may be possible, not necessarily just saying, oh, Monday night, let's do it. But like when you have kids, you know what I'm saying? You may have to say that we are going to do morning, first thing in the morning or something like that. Or like, after
Yeah,
the
it's
kids
like
go to
parameters.
bed. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's could be considered scheduling. You setting
When you say
parameters.
scheduling, I'm thinking like, okay, let's set an appointment for next Tuesday at 9:45. That's what I'm thinking about scheduling. No, I think that's whack. But whatever.
So you see it more as setting parameters around when you can, and knowing that
Yeah.
like this is the prime time to do something.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. So I think that's what they mean. Like just finding the prime opportunities to do something and just kind of like having that in your mind.
Okay. When I think of scheduling, I think of specific date and time.
I mean, maybe they could mean that. I didn't venture too deep in there, but
Yeah.
but and also doing it in the morning, because sometimes you are just so tired at the end of the day. And so it's like, actually, you know, after you wake up, you're well rested and you're ready to go.
Right.
Like, let's just do this in the morning time instead of, you know, trying to force it at night. Just go to sleep, wake up a little bit earlier and get busy.
All right.
Okay, so moving on, we're talking about another big one. Okay,
What's another big one, love?
cleaning.
Cleaning.
Oh, Jesus.
Who told you could sing?
I was in a choir, so
I was in a choir.
no, you wasn't.
So what?
Household responsibilities
Yeah.
and child rearing responsibilities,
Yes.
because some people are still stuck in another time.
Another era.
I think that this will be resolved like with the children that's growing up now, because like a lot of mothers are probably really irritated with the fact that the men don't clean, and so they're teaching their sons how to clean.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely going to teach my son how to clean.
I'm gonna teach him how to clean too.
Yes, he gonna know. He's gonna know. So, but yeah, so I don't know. I don't really get it. Why? Well, no, I do get it, because yeah, I think just guys just wasn't trained how to clean. It was a girl's job, and girls were trained how to clean more than guys was. And now we just like have all these people that's working. If both parents are working, and if both parents working, you know, and even not, if not, you know, because you're cleaning the dishes every night for our family.
Which I just did it tonight as well.
Awesome. You're
I
doing.
remembered.
Oh, hey.
Like 3 days in a row.
But I really do think that this is like a major issue, and I think that people severely like underestimate the sort of stress that an issue like this that's happening day in and day out can put on a relationship. So not cleaning is just something that is, like I said, a big stressor that happens day in and day out. And, if you either need to help or you need to pay somebody to come in here.
Get some help.
To come in here and help. And it needs to be, you know, we need to be able to really do that. Right. But I never understood. Like, I dated this one guy that was just, I talked to this one guy that was,
what's the difference between talking and dating?
well, actually, he's like, I wasn't dating or talking to him. I just confused him with somebody that I was dating. I think the guy that I was dating kind of said something along the lines of the thing that this guy that I'm thinking of. Anyways.
Which is, because I'm confused, but
anyway,
bring me home, please.
Anyways, he was basically like, his mother, she worked full time. She cooked and cleaned, and daddy didn't have to do none of that. And that's what he expected. I said, well, you going to be waiting a long time for somebody, because I really don't, you know, you need to go. He was Haitian, so maybe that had something to do with it. Like, you need to go. I don't know where you going to find a woman to cook, clean, all the time, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And be working full time. Like, your mama is a superstar, because I don't think I can do all that, and I don't think that she should have been doing all of that. Yeah. Like, if she's working 40 hours a week, just like her husband, then no, she don't need to be coming home taking on all the other responsibilities for the household and for the kids. And maybe he was just missing something, because I'm just like, who is actually able to do that, you know, without going crazy?
You would do it for The Rock if you was married to him?
No, I would not do it for The Rock. I'm not doing it for
Rock
nobody.
Rock will lay the smackdown on you.
Well, we gonna be divorced. Yeah. So this is, you know, I hear a lot of people complain about this. This is very serious, man. Very serious. Didn't you read a report or something that said men who help around the house are happier in their marriages?
I plead the fifth. I remember that.
You did. I was like, oh, surprise. Surprise. And, you know, yeah, this child rearing stuff. I'm not the only one responsible for homework. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not the only one responsible for discipline or anything like that. And I'm just using the word I. Me and Jason. Jason is very, very helpful.
Gracias.
He's very involved daddy for sure. So yes. So yeah, people just really, this is like a really important one. You got anything to say about that, Jason?
Man, we was doing our live discussion, which is on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 8 p.m. Central and 9 p.m. Eastern, only on Facebook Live. Check us out. And we was talking about that. We was talking about husbands and wives cleaning together.
Mm-hmm.
One of our listeners, Miss Leon, spoke about that. Her and her husband, they do it together.
Mm-hmm.
They clean together, and so James and Dee Dee, they talked about it doing it together as well. So that's trend. That's kind of taking over, right?
You act like you don't like it. Your little lip quivered a little bit. Or something.
No, we can do it together, because it helps me stay on point and stay on pace, because I don't know where certain things go, and it's just kind of frustrating, yelling back and forth. Hey, where does this go? So yeah, you right then and there. Hey, babe, where does this go? Ooh, go there. What else? And then we can be done.
Yes, because basically we're a team in everything, and also keeping the house clean.
Right.
It just doesn't fall on one person. So, this is just a big deal. Like I said, it's so many. I've heard so many people complaining about this, and I've definitely had plenty of conversation with men who kind of had this expectation that she's supposed to do everything and work a full-time job. It's like, no, sir. I'm gonna need you to fix that mindset, because no, she's not supposed to be working. In what world?
Hey, man.
In what world is that fair?
It is what it is.
In what world is that fair to know that your woman is working 40 hours a week just like you, and you think that you're supposed to sit on the couch and watch TV and not do nothing, and she run around and do all this other stuff? Don't you think she tired? Can't you think about her for a second? You know what I'm saying? And like,
babe, yeah, I'm thinking I need a ham sandwich. Could you make me a ham sandwich, please?
No, we can get up here and do all this stuff together. That's what we can do.
Cheese and mayo.
We need to figure something out.
Miracle Whip, please.
Yeah. And then I also heard someone say that cleaning can be a family bonding sort of thing.
Correct.
So when your kids get old enough, we have to teach our kids how to clean. We have to teach them life skills. So when they leave.
They clean up song.
What are you? Okay, whatever.
In the third grade, it helped me clean.
Okay, clean up.
Clean up.
In the third grade, we teach Jordan that, and she's like 4. Y'all was singing it in third grade.
Yeah, we were singing in third grade.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
It's late.
It must be another song. I thought by the time you in the third grade.
Well, maybe it was earlier than that. But I think it was third grade. It's Martin class. I remember that.
Yeah. So what was I finna say? Oh yeah. So yeah, we have to teach our kids life skills is what I was saying. And I met so many people in the military. Like when I first joined, I joined older. I was like 24, 25. I can't remember. But, a lot of people joined right out of high school. They couldn't wash their clothes. They didn't know how to clean a bathroom.
Oh,
they just didn't know how to do nothing. And, in the military, you have cleaning inspections. If you live with somebody, we all had roommates or whatever, and we all responsible for how the room looked. And if somebody messed up the bathroom, we all failing. So,
right.
It's very team oriented.
Right.
It's like, one of you fail, all of you fail, right? So, people just really just didn't know how to clean. I'm like, I don't understand, like, not knowing how to wash your clothes at 19, 18 years old and stuff.
Right.
And so anyways, this woman was saying that cleaning is like also like a family bonding time where she talks to her kids, and you teaching them how to clean, y'all clean together, and you also taking that time to just really talk to them and find out what's going on. She said she done had some really deep conversations with her kids cleaning. And I think that, of course, as soon as your kids get of age too, that everybody understand that keeping the house clean is everybody's responsibility, and it's not just one person.
Right.
So, yeah. Anyways, any final thought?
No, man. Clean with your spouse. It makes your relationship better.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it for the man. That's all you got to say for the man.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I had a few things for like people who were dating. This is for like the single guys. Mm-hmm. Sometimes women are just being friendly. It doesn't mean that they like you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so sometimes like I am a super friendly person.
Right.
And I'm smiling and grinning all the time.
Skinning and grinning.
Mm-hmm. That is so country. And sometimes people will interpret that.
Right.
To think that I like them.
Why you smile all in their face?
I just smile.
You smile? What, you saw something you like?
No, I just smile at people. Easier to smile than to frown.
Yeah.
Turn that frown upside down.
Okay. So you saying just because somebody's skinning and grinning at you don't mean that they like you? Yeah,
you kind of gotta learn how to gauge different sorts of smiles. Mm-hmm. But one of my friends was telling me recently that she was just being friendly and somebody misinterpreted that. Wow. I just thought that was interesting. Let's see. It's hard to get out of the friend zone.
Is it? It's not impossible though.
No, it's not impossible, but I mean, it is hard. And then I think this kind of depends on your age too.
Do y'all know, like a guy friend that you, I don't know. Do y'all know when people do you see guys coming at you and you're like, nope, I'm not gonna talk to him. Let me just put him in the friend zone, and you just act like you're not paying attention to the to the ways that he's flirting at you and stuff. Do you not pay attention to that on purpose? Or so if a guy coming at you, would you just tell him outright, say, boy, you in my friend zone, or you're like a brother to me, or you just wouldn't even say anything?
I think that some people would probably not say anything because maybe they're just not as comfortable verbalizing their feelings and being direct. I will say something. It took me a long time to understand, as I always say, that I've always had a lot of male friends. It turns out a lot of them weren't my friends. They were just being sneaky and trying to, be close to me. And they didn't understand yet that it's almost impossible to get out of the friend zone. So this is like when
they don't put themselves in a trap.
Yeah, because maybe if you would have approached me differently, then maybe you would have had better luck. But this is happening when I was my first few years of college, and I had a boyfriend when I went into college. So I had a lot of, guys trying to holler at me or whatever, and I was just turning everybody down. So maybe their, strategy was they could see that I was a very faithful girlfriend, so they're just waiting on us to break up, right? Because, there was a lot of people that came back after they found out I was single,
right.
Or some of them, decided to, just confess their love to me on New Year's Eve or whatever, when I was single and not when I was with him. And who knows, maybe they started off as a friend and then they spent time with me and it developed into some more feelings, but it didn't for me.
Yeah.
Because really, if you're my friend, you are my friend. There's a reason you're my friend. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just I've already, identified that we're not compatible,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So if you're friends, you're just not compatible with that person.
If I become friends with someone and I'm single, we're not, you know for sure that we're not compatible.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I just believe in this, I believe in taking preventative measures. We really need to we're going to do the Friends of the Opposite Sex episode really, really soon, okay? Mm-hmm. But if I'm attracted to somebody, I'm just not going to be friends with them.
Right.
No, why would I do that? I don't have to be friends with you. I'm not gonna die or something
Right.
if I'm not friends with you. So that's what I would always tell. Because I did have one boyfriend that was kind of not as comfortable with my male friends. I'm like, you don't have anything to worry about. If they're my friends, they're my friends, like you are either seen as close as a brother or you're seen as a friend, and that's just really what it is. So, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Have you ever gotten out of the friend zone before? In the past?
I don't know, man. That's a good question. I'm not sure. I can't really think too far back in my past, like past relationships. Because my relationships just prior to you, I wasn't in no friend zone.
Because I feel like you feel like your friends are your friends.
Yeah.
Like if there was something that made you like them further, you would have pursued them.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Maybe. Like, yeah, that's about right. I don't think of it that way.
So I heard someone say that if a man like you enough to be friends with you, he likes you enough to date you.
Not necessarily, no. Nope. Not true. It's just, it's just a person. I don't think of it like, oh, I'm putting you in a friend zone. It means I don't like you. I didn't find you attractive. That's just the stage that we're at that point. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. What locks all my friends into friend zone is a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm married, not to come at me and it's a wrap.
So what if you're divorced? What if you get divorced? You gonna go be with one of your friends?
No, I wouldn't say that. I would just, that doesn't. It's just I don't see if you're my friend, I don't see it being like you're not attractive. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say that either.
Oh, okay.
That's not what I said.
Oh, okay.
I said that we're not compatible.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I just don't see any. No, I just don't feel like me and you could be together on that level, or I just wouldn't want to. But it doesn't mean that you're not an attractive person and that you don't have good qualities. Right. It just means that me and you are not a good fit. Like there's lots of good people running around in the world. You know what I mean? Great people, wonderful people. But that great person, just because they're great, does not mean that they are great for you.
Right. Nah, I feel you on that.
Yeah. So that's what I mean.
Okay. I can rock with that. You did say that though. My mind just went somewhere else, I guess.
Yeah.
That's normal. You know what? A question I got for the ladies.
Okay.
Well, I know you're a little different. So, but when you was in your heyday, right? When you was single, about how often would you get hollered at on a daily basis?
Well, like I said, I mean, when you're
talking about internet, we talking about just show all throughout.
Nobody really ever approached me on the internet, but so it just depends on your life, because basically when I went to college, literally somebody was trying to holler at me every week. Every day. Yeah. For like 2 weeks, 3 weeks straight, because we in college, we freshmen, right. The older guys are trying to get the fresh meat and all this other stuff.
So how do you determine, okay, if you get hit up by so many different dudes, how do you determine, okay, I want to talk to this dude?
Well, for me, I was dating somebody at the time, so I was just shutting everybody down. So once I became single, how did I determine? I mean, just if first of all, if I found them attractive, if there was a physical attraction there, and maybe I have one conversation. It just goes off how the conversation is going.
Okay.
Yeah, and Yeah, so I talked to a few people on the phone. If I kind of like their conversation and they asked me out on a date, then yeah, we go out on a date and we'll see how it goes from there. For me, it was, I'm all about, abstaining from sex during the, dating work phase, because it's just so much easier to cut people off. So,
Right.
and to date freely, right? And not have any issues with cutting somebody off that you realized on date 4
Right.
that was, I don't really, like you all that much, or we just have different values or whatever.
Right.
And so sometimes it takes time to really learn that about a person.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, me abstaining from having sex is just made it so much easier. I can go on a many dates I want to go on. So that's what I would do. I would go on. Yeah, you want to take me out? Sure, let's go. Let's go.
So
have a
get you some
meal.
free food. Have a meal. Let me have a meal. Well, if we don't want to have a meal, let's just
Go to
let's
the
go
movies
drink some water.
or go
Let's
for
go
a
to
walk.
McDonald's and go get some water.
Listen,
on the date.
One time I went for a walk. We went for a walk and talked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Across the big damn bridge in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, hey, it's like I said, I'm not doing nothing with you. So we can really, like, to me, the pressure is just off. And so back to your question of how do you choose, is like, I would actually go on dates and actually talk to them and spend time with them. And I entertain as many people as I want to entertain. And
How many have you entertained at one time?
like talking on the phone consistently. 2.
That ain't that many.
Right. I'm a one man type of girl. So,
Yeah.
and I found that overwhelming. I was forgetting,
What you were saying to this dude.
Yeah, I was talking to one guy and thinking that the other dude said it, and I brought it up. I was like, "Didn't you say that?" No, I don't know what you talking about. Oh, dang, I'm messing up.
The other dude you were talking to.
How do people do this? That's what I said to myself. How do people do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta have that player blood in you.
I'm not a player at all.
Don't
So
be a player
that's literally
no
the
more.
most, yeah. Like, I was talking to them on the phone consistently. You know what I mean? And actually going on dates with them consistently too. And I would get confused for sure.
Wow.
So yeah, that's gonna be my advice to my daughter. Like, just abstain from sex, man. And just really, you can date as many people as you want to date. And now, of course, I'm not saying that once you've crossed a certain line, as far as like, me and Jason talked about the fact that now we are exclusively dating. I firmly believe and have that conversation. Okay.
Right.
Don't just assume. Women like
She
to
backed me in
assume.
the corner. She said, I was like, exclusively?
Oh yeah, we gonna know.
does
We gonna
that
know what's
word
going
mean?
on. We are going to know what's going on. I have just I listen to Rachel Hollis a lot. She's kind of like a motivational speaker, and she wrote a book. And I was actually listening to her first book that she wrote, Girl Wash Your Face. That's what it's called. And she was telling a story about her and her husband, and the fact that she thought that they was boyfriend and girlfriend, and they went to a party and she was introducing him as her boyfriend, but they had not talked about that at all. And so he got upset with her because she was like, well, I just thought that we were, like, no, we ain't talked about that. So sometimes women have a tendency to assume certain things. Like, you assume that this guy is not married. How about you ask that question?
Right.
I'm not saying that he shouldn't offer up that information, but you need to protect yourself.
Right.
And you need to be asking questions.
Right.
One episode, I asked you a lot of questions, didn't I?
Yeah, but it was cool. I like asking. I call it 21 questions.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all a whole list of great questions to ask that when you dating.
That's what you should be doing. Just asking a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah, you trying to get to know this
get to
person,
know
and
who this person
let's
is.
hurry up and find out if we a match so we can split if we
Right.
not, and stop wasting each other's time.
And it's
That's
important to be honest in those during that interrogation.
Yes, during an interrogation. This is something that I wanted to say about when, as far as the couples are concerned.
Yeah.
Women, we need our space too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, men like to talk about the man cave and they need to
Yeah,
hang out with
that's
their
right.
boys and all this other stuff. Well,
That's
women,
right.
we definitely need our space too. Okay.
You get it in the kitchen.
Oh, Jason.
I'm messing with. I'm sorry.
Jason gonna get cracked upside the head.
That's y'all woman cave. Y'all make great pieces.
You are not funny.
Oh, okay.
No, I know you're just joking. So yes, we, just know that we are a lot alike, men and women.
Okay.
So if you need space, mama needs space too.
Yeah.
And some time away.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the last point. What do you think about this, Jason? This phrase of nice guys always finish last.
I don't agree to that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't second that, and I don't speak that negativeness in my life because I finished first. I have a wonderful wife.
Oh.
And I'm a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, this world is getting a little bit rougher and tougher.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can somehow come up in this world and, like my wife just said, refrain from sex, it makes it easier. It's just once you get, and it sounds like, kind of sound like I'm selling out here, making these comments. But nah, seriously, it just makes it easier because it's rough out here. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of savages out here. It's a lot of female savages. They gonna take you for all you got and take your heart out and throw it on the side of the road and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
So better leave them girls alone. If you don't, So well, yeah, man, I definitely feel like good guys finish wherever you want to finish.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep saying you're gonna finish last, that's where you're gonna be.
Yeah, it's about that positive attitude and that positive energy. And I think that there is something to this when people say you're too nice. I think what they're trying to say, maybe for me, if that I don't think that's ever came out of my mouth, but maybe it has. But I think like the real thing we're saying is that you're not being assertive. And like we talked about on the previous episode about women wanting to feel safe.
Right. And
if we feel like that you're just going to let somebody push you around, we don't feel safe.
Oh, wow.
That's
so wow. That's deep. So some women will push their man around just because, it's easier to get things done and it's easier who don't want to do it their way. Right. So they'll push him around, right? Because it's them. But at the same time, you don't feel safe because you feel like somebody else can do the same thing. And so therefore you're losing some respect for them.
I think that anytime a woman takes care of something is because she don't trust, like,
anytime?
Oh, not anytime. Excuse me. I'm really trying to stop saying those words like anytime, never, always. I'm still working on that, everyone. Everyone who's listening, you know what I'm talking about. All right.
Right.
Been listening to the podcast. But I think that a lot of times if you have a woman that has like a type A sort of personality, and she's taking care of something that the man could be taking care of or should be taking care of, maybe, or just a partner, you know, it's because she probably don't trust you to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that they're not, if they're pushing you around, it's because they don't trust or they don't feel safe in your abilities to do it.
So why be with that man?
So it's either a problem that she has internally, like she just have a trust issues, or this man need to be more assertive.
So why, as a woman, and you pushing this man around because you don't trust him, why be with him?
Sometimes people don't like think that deeply, or they don't do a lot of self-reflection on as to why they are the way that they are. I think self-reflection is just so important, and we all, I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist, but they say that everything is based on our childhood, and how we were brought up, and so we all need to, think about why we are the way we are, and like these major characteristic traits that we have. Why do we have them, and why are we acting out in certain ways.
Right.
And so for me, I was never attracted to somebody that I could push around. I'm not trying to push around. It's not something that I'm intentionally doing. But I basically have a strong mind and know what I want, and things done, a certain way or whatever. I'm trying to think of like an example of where that probably, needs to be checked. Like you need to be able to push, because nobody should have too much power. You know what I'm saying? We should be able to check each other. Right. So, yeah, the man needs to be we just need to be able to check each other.
Right.
So if you are not going to be exerted enough to check me when maybe I'm just being, I don't know, just going over the cliff here.
Right.
Like you need to be able to check me. I need to be able to check you, checks and balances. Right.
Right.
Even our government has it. Right.
Supposedly.
Yes, supposedly. So why would a woman be with somebody like that? I guess my answer to that is that some women, because they haven't, maybe they may find that attractive that they can push somebody around. A lot of women don't find that attractive, but some women do. They just want to be able to control everything and push their partner around. So, who knows? You have to ask one of them, because I definitely don't like to feel like I got to control everything and feel like I got to do everything. Because, like I said, if I start taking charge of something, I either feel like me and you have either said, oh, Ashley can do this better, and that's fine, and it's time for me to take charge of that.
Right.
Or I feel like you like really inadequate in this area. You know what I'm saying?
Like what? I know a little bit of something about everything.
You do. I don't have anything, I can't really think of anything that I feel like you just really, inadequate is a harsh word, but
yeah. Clean it up.
But what am I trying to say? You just not
as motivated to do.
Yeah, not as motivated. Like I said, not trusting that you're gonna take care of it. But anything that I feel like that you will be assertive enough. You're not gonna let somebody, because like I said, it comes back to our family and whether or not you can protect the family, and that goes for outside forces. Like dealing with the taxes with the house. You're not gonna let like them say, "Oh, y'all owe $20,000 in taxes or something," and not check that out. Like, so that's like still being safe. You're because some people would be so nice. It's like, oh, okay, no. We need to go figure out what the problem is. That is not correct.
Right.
Or
I'm on top of that. Shoot. She ain't got nothing to worry about on that.
Yeah. And so, like I said, I don't really like that people use the word nice. Maybe it is being too nice, but I think it's just not being assertive, not taking care of business, not understanding that sometimes you may have to ruffle a few feathers to make sure that you're protected.
Oh yeah,
and you
because those folks don't care about you.
Right. So a situation like that is like, oh, just let that roll. No, we're not gonna let that roll.
Right.
Okay. Just I don't know. I guess that's the only example I could think of. But it could just show up in small forms.
Right.
Of like, no, you're not. Why aren't you taking care of this? I need you to deal with this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And if you are not gonna deal with it, now I gotta deal with it.
Correct.
And so, yeah. And I think that for a long time, women have, not for a long, I don't know how long, but I've definitely seen a lot of women in my lifetime definitely have to be the man and the woman and just, take care of everything. Single moms have to do this, and shoot, I as a little kid, I can see how unfair that was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, so sometimes if you find a woman like that has had to take care of everything all the time by herself, you may need to just gently tell her, I can handle some of this for you. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You don't have, we're a partner. We're partners. You don't have to do all this by yourself. It's
Right.
okay.
Right.
Let me handle some of it.
Right.
You know, so it needs to be like more of a gentle,
Right.
because she's so used to taking care of everything. It may be hard for her to let go
Right.
and let you have some help her out. I know for me, just, you know, I don't like to ask for help at all.
Right.
And just even little stuff like with the kids, traveling with the kids by myself. Well, I've never traveled with both of them, but traveling with Jordan before my second child was born. You know, people would ask to help me.
Yeah.
And I would always decline. And then I realized, like, Ashley, you need to accept some help.
Right.
You need to accept it. I don't care how small it is. If somebody just want to throw your carton of, you know, thing away, it really does help.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my friends, Wood, today,
Mm-hmm.
and he was talking about how, you know, typically, you know, he would decline, you know, somebody trying to bless him with something.
Mm-hmm.
He'll typically decline, you know, just being cool, being nice. But someone told him that you never want to stop a person from planting a seed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No matter how big or small it is, let them plant their seed.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Wood for that one.
Mm-hmm. That's a word for you.
Yeah.
Because once the second baby got here, I was with both of them at the mall or something, and I was meeting up with group of ladies, and
Yeah.
one mom was like, "Hey, you know, can I help you?" I'm like, "Yes, you can." Yes, I am trying to. By the second one coming, yes, I need help. Yes, please, thank you. I'm trying. I told her, I said, I'm trying to do better at accepting help, and she just like, yeah, you need to,
Right.
you need to accept help. Like, so,
Right.
yeah. So, anyways,
That's what's up.
okay, great.
Great.
Do you have any advice to the good guys out there? I mean, what all I said making sense? Does that make sense?
For the most part.
Yeah.
So it's all. I mean, you know, I tried to dumb it down, make it simple, so men can digest it. You know, y'all say a whole bunch of stuff. You know, you just gotta sit through the whole 2-hour movie to know that. You know, the moral of the story.
Forget you. You tell extended versions of the story all the time.
I do.
I'd be like, Jason, what is the point?
And then I go off on a whole nother tangent and then forget where I was talking about in the first place. Well, and then I stop talking, go somewhere else. Yes, yeah, I'm all over the place.
Yeah,
but no, that's some great information to know. We I think it's important to know, what women want us to know, because obviously if they, you know, it's got to be important if they want us to know about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And apparently we're not getting it, so they really want us to know it.
Yeah.
So take notes.
So I hope that I've done the ladies out there justice. If you would like to, you got some more things that you want men to know, please let us know.
See me
and
on
I will
Wednesday.
throw it out there in another episode.
Yeah,
okay?
you can email us loveologypodcast@gmail.com. I already said it. You can Facebook, you can tweet us, you can Instagram us. All that is Loveology Podcast. Check us out. The only thing on Twitter is just Loveology Podcast without the T, because we ran out of characters on Twitter.
I don't like Twitter, but okay.
But some people is on Twitter. Tweet.
Lots of people are on Twitter, but I just think it's not wise to. That's why I feel like people get into a lot of trouble on Twitter, because you just can't say everything that you need to say in that short amount of characters and that short amount of words. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, some things you can, some things you can't.
Yeah, but
that's why
I feel like that's why people get in trouble. There's never people getting in trouble on Instagram. Oh, so and so said this on Instagram, because guess what? People can write a long, story if they want to on Instagram, but on Twitter, you know, they gotta send out 5-6 tweets in order to get one point across. Now, do you ever hear people getting in trouble on Instagram? You ever hear? See?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, with pictures and stuff.
No. Oh, okay. Maybe. So I just wanted to take a moment and let's just again
Thank all the men.
thank you, men, for being so awesome and being a part of our lives. And
Men out there.
yes, we really appreciate you. I'm not for man bashing.
Yeah. Now that you got you one.
I was never for man bashing.
Okay.
I've always had plenty of male friends. I got a brother and cousins that I love very much, and I love men.
Okay. That's good.
So on the next episode,
What are we talking about?
we're talking about how stress affects your relationship.
Woo wee! How stress affects your relationship. We talking about hair falling out. We talking about all type of stuff, huh?
Oh yeah,
Stress is something else. Stress is a silent killer.
it is
Y'all
of
better-
your body and your relationship.
Don't worry. Boop 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 boop. Be happy.
And I just kind of wanted to see, talk some more about the fact that I'm still excited that we have been doing this for 6 months.
6 months, y'all.
I want to ask Jason,
What's up?
what has been your favorite episode?
my favorite episode? I love people. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So one of my, my favorite episodes is when I can have other people on the mic. So obviously, I like when we talked about the gaming episode.
Mm-hmm.
Me, my man, and his video game
Mm-hmm.
had Neezy and them was here. We had a good time. Then also single ready to mingle
Mm-hmm.
with the real deal David Roby and Sierra was here as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just like when there's multiple people on here because
So I'm not enough for you.
no, you're awesome. But you asked me who's just some of my favorites. Just more the merrier. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And we should be having another couple pretty soon. We're going to be talking about interracial love.
Interracial love.
So Jason will be able to. So Jason will be able to have more people to chat with.
Yeah.
So speaking of chatting, I guess what my favorite one is the opposite attracts
I
one.
was about to ask you that.
Yes.
You gotta give me time.
No. I just you said chat. Well, I'm saying chatting, so it reminded me of the opposite attract episode because Jason and I are very different.
Different and the same.
Yeah, I
All
mean, we
at the
talk.
same
We
time.
talk. You have to check that one out. But basically, the gist of it was that we, kind of settled on the fact that our core values and beliefs are the same, but our personalities are very different. So definitely we've knocked heads, but we've also had a lot of fun because our personalities are so different.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
I think that was probably my favorite one.
Okay, cool. Well, looks like we got another episode in the bag. It is a wrap.
Yeah.
What they say on the film lot?
Yeah, it's a wrap.
It is a wrap. What does that mean? It's a wrap.
It's wrapped up. We're done. We're finished.
Okay.
Did the last shot that we needed to do.
All right. Well, it is a wrap, everybody.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all for checking in on us. We're still climbing up those charts, the love and relationship podcast chart. So in order for us to continue to keep rising, we need y'all to keep sharing.
Mm-hmm.
So share the love. Tell it to your friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your cousin, all that. Tell everybody about Loveology Podcast. Tell them just check it out one time. And if you get a chance, go to www.loveologypodcast.com and check out some of our merchandise. We got t-shirts, we got hats, we got bean bags, we got all types of stuff. Check us out and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, all that, rate us, all that. You got all types of places you can listen to us on. So again, we appreciate y'all. Catch y'all next time. Love, you got anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Let's go. So I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.
Bye. You've been listening to the Loveology Podcast. Did you have fun with us today? Tell a friend about our show. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep the conversation going. Be sure to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Visit us at loveologypodcast.com. Thanks for listening. Until next time, Loveologists.